Okay, so I'm going to work a little bit backwards with this and start my low, my high, and I'll do my act of kindness, then my high, and then I'll talk about my low because my low, I just heard of the most shocking news ever that I've heard in a while, and it's actually a combination of several things, but there is one thing in particular I do want to get to. So I'll say that my high is last night I got to spend time with my mom, my dad. And my act of kindness was, we didn't really have much for dinner. My dad just got the subs from Picnic Pizza, and as well as a couple slices of pizza as well, because, cold subs, hot pizza, that was nice. And after it was all said and done, I helped set up and clear the table. Before we had dinner, I set up the table, and then after we were done, I cleared the table. That was my act of kindness. So, happy hump day, everyone, and now I gotta get to my low, because it's a combination of several things. The first is, and this really isn't technically a bad thing, but something I can't believe I didn't remember. And that's, yesterday was 2 years to the day I did day 1000. Again, it's not really that big a deal, and if, hindsight 2020, I probably could have said something about that, but I don't know. I guess that just wasn't the case. But it also really kind of bothered me because, what bothered me really about yesterday was actually my late grandfather's birthday. And now I'm actually kind of mad at my mom because last January, because January 21st was the day he actually died. And for those of you who don't know, you can actually temporarily change your profile photo on Facebook. I was going to do that on my grandfather's birthday this year with a photo of my grandfather that my mom has. She was going to text it to me and I was going to have that be my temporary profile pic. And I guess I'm just really, I'm bummed about the missed opportunity, but that's not really what shocked me the most about yesterday. I don't know how to say it because by this point, it's been almost 24 hours, so it's relatively old news by now, but Ned Fulmer is leaving the Try Guys. For those of you who don't know, the Try Guys are a channel on YouTube in which they try stuff. It's composed of 4 guys, Ned, Eugene, Zach, and Keith. And they all originally met and worked at BuzzFeed, only to start their own channel later on. This was about 2 years ago they did this. And whether or not you like them, whether they were on BuzzFeed or on their own channel, you really couldn't deny that there was just like a real chemistry between them. Like a bond of friendship, a brotherhood. Like, this is about as only an anime fan is going to get this reference, but this is about as close to Team Urameshi as you're going to get. And here's the thing, there really was no set leader for the Try Guys because, they were all pretty much, sort of like a round table type scenario, no one is above the other. But you couldn't really deny, if you were to compare them to, Team Urameshi, Ned was probably Yusuke. I would say Keith is probably Kuwabara. And, I don't know, there's a toss-up between Eugene and Zach as to who's Kurama and who's Hiei. Because, Eugene can pull off anyone from Yu Yu Hakusho. That's a given. I guess, Eugene would decide who he'd want to dress up as first, and then the other Try Guys would pick whoever else, I guess. And the Try Guys they tried so many things together. They made a movie together. They have a show on Food Network right now. Between the without recipes, the without instructions, keep eating the menu, candid competition, all the documentary type stuff that Eugene does. I could go on and on with just how much of a presence they made on social media and YouTube especially. And you never think that them essentially breaking up is ever going to happen. This is like the Beatles breaking up. Or I would say like NSYNC breaking up, but then again, I was a Backstreet Boys kid, so I always thought they were better. But, this is like NSYNC breaking up. Oh my gosh, this is my Beatles, isn't it? No, this is my Beatles. Holy cow. I just figured that out. Wow. Wow, this is probably what everyone felt when Yoko broke up the Beatles. Huh. I'm surprised I'm even feeling this feeling at all. I don't like this feeling. Just like no one liked when the Beatles broke up. And I'm sure that, I only hope that the reason why they broke up was on civil and peaceful terms. Because it never really seemed as if, there was any sort of because even under the best circumstances, if there's tension between two or more individuals, you can sense it. I could not get that at all. My one theory, and I hope I'm right about this, is because Ned is the father of 2 kids. And, the kids are growing up, and a lot of the stuff that Ned does, would require him to be away from his kids for, long periods of time. And, Ned has always been very prideful of the fact that he's from an Italian family. So the fact that, he's away from his kids I can see why that would make him feel upset by this. And I'm sure, because I believe the message was after a thoroughly internal review, which means all 4 Try Guys got together and talked over what was going on. At least I hope that's what happened. I know about as much as probably anyone else who's not, remotely Try Guys related. But it's shocking. It was crazy enough when they went to do, because here's the thing, they're only down to 1 video a week because the holiday season, specifically when they do the Without a Recipe series, they're going to have some really big videos for that, so they're only doing 1 video a week. And that was a shock, and okay, that's fine. I kind of wish there was more, but if there isn't, oh well. But now, if there's a Try Guys video that comes out and Ned Fulmer is in it, no one is going to look at them the same way. I'm also kind of worried, if anyone was to look up old Try Guys videos, I'm worried that everyone's going to think, man, these 4 guys were at the top of their game, being the coolest people ever. What happened? I hope it doesn't come to that. And people watch those videos for what they are, which was 4 guys trying stuff for the sake of entertainment. Because all 4 guys were really entertainment. And you you could cheer for them and root for them in a lot of scenarios. You know, Keith Habsburger doing the Eat the Menu challenges, Zach Kornfeld opening up about how he has ankyloid spondylitis. So basically, he's disabled. Eugene coming out that he was gay, and all this stuff that was related to that. And Ned, making a cookbook with his wife. Like, literally every milestone these guys did. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but me personally, I was cheering them on. And I feel so sad that, the Try Guys are still together, just, Ned's not there anymore. So maybe I am making a bigger deal out of it than what it seems. And unless we hear anything, I'm only going to hope and pray that, the circumstances behind this were, peaceful and civil. I hope that's the case. But man, I tell you what, the things are probably not going to be the same. And it's really sad because I love watching the Try Guys. I do. I only really started watching them back in 2019. And that's the thing. If you don't know my entire history of making videos myself, when I first started making videos on January 1st, 2018, I was still living with my parents. I didn't start living here on my own until September of 2019, and that's when I started watching the Try Guys. In a way, they helped me transition into living on my own. And I've been a fan of theirs ever since. Like, they helped me get through, because, let's be honest, anyone will tell you, living on your own can be a rather scary and intimidating thing. I personally didn't really feel scared or intimidated, but it was a huge transition, and it would mean I would need to be a lot more responsible, and sometimes the responsibilities can be intimidating. But at the end of the day, as Zach would say at the end of the candy competition, you need to do what you feel is important. Put your priorities in order. And if you ever are in any doubt, do something that you feel makes you feel better. And for many years, watching videos on YouTube as a whole, that's always made me feel better. And the Try Guys was definitely one of them at that time. A friend of mine who actually lives in my old neighborhood now, I was actually talking to her, and we were both stunned by this. Because she and her family watch the Try Guys too. So, when I tell you that, I'm not the only one who's shocked by this, I'm not kidding. All you really can do now is speculate on where they're going to go from here. And what videos they've already recorded. Because obviously the Try Guys videos have been recorded, in advance. Because they try a lot of stuff, and some of the stuff they try actually requires them to go to, different parts of the country. Not long ago they were just doing, Keith was doing and eats every dollar pizza slice in New York City. And they live all the way out in California. So they do a lot for the sake of content. And it's crazy that we're no longer going to see Ned. So, to Ned, his wife Ariel, and your two sons, I really hope you're all doing well. I really hope that the reason for this is under, peaceful and civil circumstances. As for, Keith, Zach, and Eugene, I hope also that the reason behind this was, under peaceful and civil circumstances. And I hope really all 4 of you guys are doing okay. At this point, it's no surprise you have legions of fans. I myself being one of them. And I meant what I said. You guys helped me transition into living on my own. And now, in some ways, I kind of thought this was going to happen. Not that I had any intuition behind it. It's just, nothing lasts forever. I just made a reference to the Beatles breaking up and, NSYNC breaking up. So, in a way, the Try Guys with no Ned Fulmer, or really the Try Guys breaking up at all, there was a possibility it was going to happen. And just like every other Triceratops out there, yes, I believe that's what the Try Guys fans are called, Triceratops. It's just so heartbreaking that it's happened. It is. I'm still going to continue watching the Try Guys, and there's other. It's not just the 4 guys. There's other people that do Try Guys stuff. They have the Try Wives. There's Miles and Kawasi and all sorts of other people who work on that staff. So maybe one of them is going to step up. That could happen. I'd be okay with that. Or, they mentioned that Try Guys fans are Triceratops. Try also means 3. And, with Zach, Eugene, and Keith, that's 3 guys right there. So maybe they'll go that direction. I wouldn't be, live up to the, have Try be ambiguous as to what it means. I could see them going that route too. I'd be fine with that. But, yeah, it is not going to be the same without Nad. All we can do now is try and move on. So that's what I'm going to do. I got the Masked Singer tonight. I have, NFL football tomorrow. I have an NFL pick to make. I have homecoming on Friday. I'm going to hopefully get to those milestones of the week and see what happens from there. So, to the Try Guys, I hope you're all doing well. Keep doing what you do. And for everyone else, I hope you all liked this video. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would do my YouTube channel greatly. Follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hopeful that we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to Chan, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.